Hey, another video from West Coast Custom Concrete. Today we're using my mini S70 to break out some concrete. And this is an S70 with a 225-pound breaker, Bobcat breaker. And this setup right here is just, this is the biggest money maker setup you can have with that Bobcat breaker. I've traded all the breakers for the mini, and that Bobcat breaker hits as good as my 500-pound Teledyne I have for my case 420. It's just blowing this slab right out. I mean, there's no rebar or wire, but it would still go right through it. This piece of equipment, I can make more money than all my other stuff I have, because you can slide it in any backyard. Like, for example, to get in this backyard, there's a 36-inch opening in the gate. You'll see later in the video, and it fit right in and out with the bucket. This is about 1,000 square feet. It took me about hour and a half to break it all and load it. I mean, and this slab's 8 inches thick, and this thing just goes right through it. You can't beat this machine as far as a mini goes. My other tractor is a case 420, which would be like a S160 if it was a Bobcat. I dug the footing out front with it. This is a retaining wall out front. I'm doing with 60 foot retaining wall, and then I demoed this concrete in the back. And just for example, with this mini, I broke the 1,000 square foot concrete out in the backyard, loaded it, brought it out front, and dug the footing for the retaining wall with a 60-foot footing in like 5 hours or something. So you'll see that gate right there is pretty narrow, going right in and out. And this little tractor hauls ass too, back and forth when you're loading out and bringing it out front. It's pretty quick, a lot faster than a guy with a wheelbarrow. Had a step down here, so I just put some concrete right there and in and out of this gate. It's about 1,000 square feet. I mean, I charge like $3 a square foot for concrete in the backyard. That's not like around a pool or accessible, and that's $3,000 to break 1,000 feet out of a backyard. Because what's your alternative with a jackhammer and wheelbarrows and a bin? And this little mini it goes right through it. It's unbelievable. Power up the ass for how small it is too. Like I said, I dug the footing out front too and demoed this concrete in 5 hours. The next video, you'll see it in a couple days after I post this one. It was a retaining wall. I dug it with this one. All right, I'm just changing the bucket to the breaker. But this machine, this thing is as good as it gets, these little minis. You could dig a pool. You could break a pool out with it. You could break around a pool deck, any tight spot. I brought them in front doors where I was taking part of the floor out in the house and go right through the front door with it and break it up. That footing right behind it, I dug with it too. You'll see the video. So this concrete's thick too. This thing just mashes. And that Bobcat breaker is a beast. That 225-pound breaker, I couldn't believe how hard it hits. Easy thing about this slab, it's not locked in. This side was open against the dirt, so you could just bust big pieces and then just push it forward and just hammer them out smaller. So you'll see I'm going where the cracks are. There's already crack back there, so I just lift it and then I break it. Small pieces for this little bucket it's got. This thing's really good for grading too, backyards, patios. Yeah, you can do anything with this little one with any size. So if you're doing residential, this would be the first piece of equipment to buy, where you can demo driveways, garage floors. You can get in the backyard guaranteed, anywhere you need to get. This probably be the first thing I would buy if I was starting over. Like I said, I mean, if you're going to go out there and make money and be a contractor, you got to be able to move mountains. And with this thing, this little tractor, I took out 1,000 square feet and dug a 60-foot retaining wall footing in 5 hours and hauled the concrete the whole bit with nobody out there, just Javier and I. This is super what you need. The next video I'll be posting is the retaining wall out front. You'll see me dig the footing with this little mini. You can just plow into that pile against that wall. That wall's grouted, it's solid. So you don't really need anyone to hand load or help you. I mean, you could do these by yourself, and it cuts back on thousands of dollars of labor. I'd highly advise for if this is what you're going to do to get one of these first over anything. I'm just going to have the dump truck come while I'm digging the footing and then load it out. Thank you very much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe.